I know I had one guy on Instagram messaging me, asking me when we were going to go, where we were going to do it at. And I said, YouTube, man. So he should be tuning in for sure. We can give people a couple of moments to tune in, see if anybody does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll see how many people get up early.
Yeah. Plus, dude, it's springtime. I don't know about you guys, but I have so much work. I have a day of work to go and do in my vegetable garden outside right now.
I'll show you outside. It's raining today, I think. Oh no, it might still be drizzling again. But It's kind of wet and overcast today. Yesterday was really nice, but today is supposed to be a little overcast and then supposed to get nice again.
Jerry Juice, how you doing, man? Hell yeah. It's been a little rainy here as well. Rained mostly through the night, but it's not like extremely wet. It was just kind of that drizzle that you were talking about.
Yeah, just enough to ruin the day, right? Or put a damper on the morning for a little bit, but not enough to we'll see how it goes.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect.
The lawn needs to get mowed again this weekend.
Not today.
Right on. So everybody we're super excited to give away this XL dab stand. Thank you guys so much for helping us get to 1,000. We hit it yesterday, and man, couldn't be more excited about some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe right now. Especially these freaking XL dab stands and all of Dabsmarts products. Hell yeah. Thanks, Jerry, man. You do too, dude. You're going to get there as well. You should show them if you have some of the stuff available. You should show them some of the other stuff that you're comfortable talking about what you're working on. I know you have some of the stuff that is a little bit it's too early to talk about yet.
Let's clean off.
Give us a second. Let me.
Yeah. No problem. I'm sure I put you on the spot on a live right there.
That's okay. You're just a little messy right now.
Oh yeah, no worries. Hey, we're all smokers. We've been there.
Show him off.
I'm super excited for some of the stuff you guys got going. I like that cat you showed me.
Oh. Sell him, but it can show off what we can actually do with our printers. He's multicolor.
Yeah.
Instead of painting him, we can actually print him like that.
And it's cool how he moves all together like that. That's awesome. So now you gotta make one of those cool little things with what's up, Mama 420? Now you gotta make one of those cool things with little dab holders, like a dragon with its spine, and then you can put a bunch of bangers along his spine.
The problem with that is drawing the dragon.
Oh, right.
The dragon's artwork, you can't just print him, right? That's why it's the hardest part is drawing. Unless you know how to draw, it's kind of hard to do things.
Can you, when you do that, do you have to? Is it one dimensional, or do you have to draw it width and length, or what?
Well, first you have to start with a bottom sketch. So whatever's going to be touching the ground. And then you have to extrude them and create shapes. So that's where it gets difficult, is creating different shapes.
I worked with this guy named Trenton, and he was pretty artistic, and he would have this it's like an iPad, and he had a pencil with it, and he would sit there and draw. And I wonder if I'll talk to him.
That's 2D. You would have to still put that into. I think it would be a different program. I don't think it's Fusion that way. Fusion's more for like the stuff we make. I think it would be like a program called Blender. I would have to look into that more because it's still flat, right? And you're still going to have to take it from a flat object and turn it into, like you're saying, a three-dimensional shape somehow.
Well, he showed me some stuff that was really cool. It was like he was able to zoom in, and when he was able to zoom in on the artwork, he had able to kind of like do it in depths and do dots in different colors and depths. So when he zoomed back out, it kind of looked like different gradients and shapes. So yeah, I'll just run it by him and just say, hey man, what do you think about this or whatever. But if you have a certain program that you can use, let me know.
I would have to look into that a little bit further, like taking it like you're talking about.
Sure.
But it should be doable. I think it's Blender. I just haven't really got into it. But anyway, so this is our drawer system we're working on. We have it right now for the smaller one, but this one. But we're coming out with it for the larger ones as well.
Right on.
So,
You're kind of, yeah. But what's nice about our systems is you can take the black and it fits into the other system. You can take the carb cap and it fits in. This is what we mean by modular. That way, if you don't want a big one, you can have a small one. If you don't want a small one, you need a big one. You just have to buy a new tray and some inserts.
Always upgradable.
Yes. Then we have the Heffalump. This was a customer design. He really wanted a lot of bangers and spots for his tools. Plus, he asked us for 18s.
All right.
So these two are smaller, so those come with it. But then, again, our other ones fit right in. But to think, it all started with that one.
Yeah. And that's how I originally met you guys, because Super Smoker hooked me up with that one.
Yeah, that's just the single stand. So you put the carb cap or the marble there and your tool here. Now, you don't have to lay the tool across. You can always just have your tool dangling in there.
Sure.
That way, if your concentrate's dripping a little bit, it goes into the stand instead of on your table.
Oh.
Nobody wants to have concentrate on their arm as they're smoking. That's just gross. Plus, it's hard to get off.
It's true. It gets everywhere. Like I have it right now, just like it's you can see it cooled and pooled on the tip of my thing.
And then we'll be including the website pretty soon. The vinyl sticker.
I love that little guy.
Yeah, this was a work of Stony Bones.
Right
when he got our dab stand, this is what he saw, because literally, that's our dab stand.
Yeah.
He's like, I saw a person when had it come out. I'm like, that's not at all what I saw, but that's really cool.
Yeah, Stoney's cool, man. He's artistic, isn't he?
Very, very. You just tell him that, hey, I need something like this, and he's like, sure, and he runs with it, and then all of a sudden you come back, you're like, wow, that's so much better than I was expecting, because in my mind it was just a simple little thing.
He's doing a giveaway on his channel, I think, coming up. They're giving away some of his artwork.
Yeah, when he
2000, something like that.
I don't remember.
Bart Simpson head that he drew.
Yeah.
Really, really, really cool. So he is giving away some of his own artwork.
What else?
We could show this. There's no.
Okay, well then.
I just wanted.
That's funny. I'm so bougie, Mom. 420. I look at that now. I'm like, oh no! Like it's been on that tool. I don't even know how long it's been on that tool. I was making rosin with some homies a couple weeks ago, and it's just been like chilling on that. I'll just wipe that out. Back in the day, I went to a cannabis cup in Colorado. It was my first ever cannabis cup. It was 2015, and I saw this guy rolling a joint. And what's going on, Pops? And he was rolling this joint, and all this weed was falling. I came from the Midwest, and I was like crying. I was like, dude, can I please like put a paper underneath of you? And he's like, why? I was like, dude, you're dropping so much weed. And he's like, that's just how it is, man. And
What's
and
what you
like when I grew up here, like if you dropped a bowl, you got on your hands and knees and you picked it out of the carpet.
Yep.
And like after moving to Colorado and starting to grow, like I feel like especially in Colorado, it was obnoxious because it got to the point where you'd hit it a couple times and it just kind of got charred on the top, so you knock it out and you put a new one in, and it was just kind of
I had friends
almost
who want to clean out my ashtray like that. They're like the desperate friends. I'm like, I'll give you some green stuff. You don't have to take like the stuff in the ashtray. Like if it tasted bad, I just cashed it out. Like if it sat there for a few hours, and it just tasted, it just got cashed out. It didn't.
exactly.
It was
I
like, or she would move my end table and she would find nugs on the ground. I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess there's a few more that I didn't know about. Look at this fall.
That's exactly it. Now, like, especially when I was in Colorado, I was hanging out with some guys. Shout out to Craig and Bud. They would always roll joints. So they had literally had an ashtray filled with hundreds of little roach ends. And I mean, it. When I say little, it's like we didn't smoke them down to zingers. We smoked them down until they started tasting bad. Then we put them out, and then
Oh, I still do it. It doesn't make a difference. It's not worth it.
yeah,
We're
exactly. I'm more of a connoisseur for weed now. Although I smoke more than your average stoner, I still like appreciate it. I still, I was just smoking out of my bong, and I was like, "Wow, this is gross. I need to clean it before I smoke anymore."
I haven't smoked out of a bong in such a long time. I just got back into flower. So we can show you guys the alcohol stuff we are working on. We're just
Yeah,
going to show you. So this is not even on our website quite yet, or not yet at all. Going to be an alcohol washing station. So this side will hold some bigger, like the bangers, and then this side will be for like the smaller pearls and stuff. And I'll have a pretty cool lid.
and I've been to a couple of these bigger events. You should almost work on one for like a mason jar like this, like a drop down insert for it.
Hmm.
Because people will take like big jars like this to like social events, and then they'll have one for like their first cleaning and then another one for a soak. I gotta go. I'm gonna get my dogs real fast.
Let's check on our dog real quick. He's grazing on it. So that's into the
Dogs own the neighborhood, don't they?
Yeah, the one we're watching, she loves barking at our neighbors. And yet ours, she just stands there at the fence line, just staring at everyone quiet, hoping they
Man,
come.
my dog's funny because if there's no fence, she will just run right up to the other dog and be friendly. But if there is a fence there, all of a sudden it becomes this competition. Like, no, 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 no. Don't understand it.
Well, we're not used to a dog barking too much, so since my brother's dog's a barker, we look at each other like, is that the dog we're watching barking outside? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
What's that?
I love these little tray inserts for the alcohol bath.
Yeah, so they look actually really good.
And you said that you've been testing them, soaking them for a little while, and like you haven't had any problems with the plastic breaking or anything.
Yeah. It's been, let me think, it's been over a week. I mean, I soaked some dirty glass in it, so the alcohol's a little dirty on one side. So,
Sure.
They cleaned the bowl finally.
but yeah, these have been soaking for over a week, and there's nothing wrong with it, so they're not leaking or anything. And then there we go, like that.
Yeah, this was the old design for the inserts. Every time we do a design, we change it probably no less than 3 times to try to get it exactly what we want.
Sure. It's like prototyping.
Yeah, so these
Exactly.
fit a little bit nicer on the like, final ones. They're a little bit stronger and
Yeah, they're taller for the actual pinch.
you can actually grab it out of the alcohol easier.
Yeah, we really don't want you to have to put your hands in the alcohol.
Right. Yeah. I was like even just looking at it, and I wonder if there's a way you can make like a little like a fork or something. You know, like a little bloop, scoop.
Possibly.
Yeah.
These don't have enough holes in it. That's why they're not sinking fast. The new ones have plenty of holes.
Oh, and it'll probably sink faster with a banger in there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But these only had little holes in the
Sure.
first
Yeah.
ones. So
Yeah, I was testing out sizes to make sure pearls didn't fall through them.
you can see where they.
Oh,
So
that's a
that was
good
really
idea.
tough, having a pearl stuck at the bottom.
Hmm.
But now they have snap on wood.
Is that does that keep all the alcohol in too?
Well, it doesn't seal like airtight yet. I mean, it's quite tight on here, and it doesn't move around. But it's technically there's no rubber gasket or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess if alcohol might eventually evaporate, but I'm not really sure how long people plan on keeping it in there. But I'm sure it should be fine for a little bit.
Sure.
You know, it's been in there for 10 days now, and it's not like it's ruining any of the plastic. I guess the biggest question is how much might evaporate.
Well, I think in my mind, it's more like spillage if somebody's like moving it around.
Well, just don't. I wouldn't fill it all the way up, and we kind of encourage that by with this the divider in this middle doesn't go all the way up, right? So if you're trying to keep different things divided, and maybe you might not want to fill it all the way up. Keep like maybe a clean alcohol and dirty alcohol.
Yeah.
So
What's up, Stoney? Yeah, from these heavy dabbers that I've been hanging out with, you gotta have something like even mine is like pinchy, and it just leaked and it has a rubber gasket. So, uh, I can
yeah,
only fit 2 in here at one time, and I don't have any inserts, so yours would be perfect. And it's like, but when you're hanging out with the homies dabbing, it's like my homies dabbing. They're sitting there like, you want to dab? You're like, okay, cool. So we need like a 5 or 6 banger bucket where we can like bloop 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 bloop. Even like one divided into 6 equal compartments, so you could just like bloop 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 and just keep rotating. But that's where I was saying about they have like some of these heavy dabbers have fucking 2. They'll have like a pre-wash and then the final soak.
yeah, I like how you call it the heavy dabbers.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you go hang out with Super Smoker, like you're gonna be taking some dabs.
Well, that's how I am too, but like I don't clean them like they're talking about, and that's not me either. But we'll smoke a lot. My friends say I smoke way too much.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was saying to Mama 420 there, that I've gotten bougie, So now when I take a dabs or something, what's up, brother Buds? It's like I want to clean it out. I want to make sure it's like perfect. I want to make sure the temp is right because again, this is like back to that connoisseur of hash, right? It's like I want to taste the terps. I want it to be nice. Like I don't want it to burn my throat off, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, but you can get all that without having to wash out in between in that respect. You know what I mean? I don't change my water that much. I change my water about once a day.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not as clean as some of the guys, but when it comes to the banger and banger care, yeah, like it's like, man, I guess I've just after I have like been passed down some knowledge, I guess. People, like you let it cool down a little bit and then you dunk it in some ISO and then or you get what I personally do because I don't have a pre-dunk, I take one of my fat swabs and I soak it and I'll like pre-punch it and wipe it. And
That's all I
then
do.
once I like have it pre-wiped, then I put it in my soaker.
Yeah, I normally just use an alcohol swab afterwards, wipe it out, and that's about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see. When you get and then Stony nose, man. You get all that. You get like a big freaking glob, and it just it pulls. It gets all over the banger, And then it's just like, you gotta soak that thing. Do you think this is gonna get age block anyways? Is it okay if I take a dab on this?
Go right ahead.
Oh,
I don't think it's going to get blocked because you're not like putting any content on the bottom or anything about any companies or anything like that. There's nothing scrolling.
oh yeah, dude. Uh, I don't know how YouTube does it, but if they see me taking this dab, they'll probably age content
Well,
block
you
it.
monetize you. You want to be able to get, one of my other buddies does the same thing. But the minute he put a seed promo against the across the bottom of his live last week, they pulled it and yanked it. But yeah, we sit there all the time smoking, and he shows off his rooms and everything.
Yeah, this is cool because I talked to a YouTuber. His name is Canna Jammin, and he just started his cannabis channel. And he has a really freaking successful YouTube channel called Thrifter Sifter, where all he does is goes around. I shouldn't say all he does. What he does is goes around to yard sales and he gets awesome deals and then sells them on eBay and stuff like that.
Oh, that's pretty
And
cool.
dude, some of his videos are cool as hell. Like I really like his uranium. He has like a black light that he goes and looks at certain lamps that have like these marbles and stuff. And tell him I'm helping the elderly. Hell yeah. Yeah, okay, so what I was saying there about I got sidetracked is he was taught we're trying to figure out what gets you like a age strike and what doesn't because some of my videos with cannabis use get hit and some of my videos with like directly with bongs in them and rigs in them and whatever else don't. And I don't understand if
Yes.
it's like
We could ask one of our buddies. He's a couple elder. He's been doing it for a while. I just don't think he gets monetized. I don't think he gets any money from YouTube in that respect.
yeah, and that's what I'm understanding too. Like
Well, it's
people, the big YouTubers who are in cannabis, they don't get paid from AdSense like a big YouTuber would,
correct.
but they do get maybe like endorsements or even hooked up by certain brands to do certain things.
That's my understanding as well.
Yeah.
They're they're they show off their grill lights and their tents and all that kind of stuff, and those guys are the ones sponsoring them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well,
So
you got to be careful though.
what do we got? You got a wheel, we're gonna spin it?
Yeah, we got it on Kelly's phone, and we got it all loaded up. I don't want to get too close to you.
So what we did is we added everybody who followed the rules and could be verified on yours and our channel. And then last night I put it all together on the wheel. Excuse me.
I only have one dab left on this Carter.
So that's how many people ended up following the rules and we could verify. Come on, Charlie, inhale.
This thing goes for a minute.
Charlie, I haven't even used my puff tool yet. Any of them, because I'm like all like, I don't know, I'm weird.
You are weird.
I made that short today about that Puffco audio. It was hilarious. There's a bird in my window. Oh, dude, a bird just came up to my window screen. If there wouldn't have been a screen, this bird would have flown in my room.
When I worked for Verizon, I was sitting in a store one day and this big pigeon flew right into the glass window. Like full flight. Smacked it with this big greasy pigeon wing, from left to right. It was hilarious. No one else was there. Bump. The bird fell down to the ground, blinked its eyes a few times, and died.
Yeah, I've seen that. My buddy in Sturgis, his mom has a big bay window, and we sit there all the time as kids, and especially in the summer, man, they try to fly through. But
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Hey, it just goes, whoever cleaned the glass did a good job.
Yes, that's why people put decals on their glass too.
well, good luck to everybody who got in there. I'm looking at some of these names, and I'm excited about them.
Okay, I'm gonna hit spin. All right, happy trippy hippie.
What up, Rico? All right, happy trippy hippie. Right on. If you're watching right now, dude, this I just mixed up this Lionheart's cannabis and this Haze Bay for the celebration. Happy trippy hippie just won. That's what we're freaking talking about, baby.
Congratulations.
And I'm pretty sure I just started following her back on Instagram last night, which is freaking sweet. I'm glad because yeah, we were just going through the people, and
Charlie, and then you don't get a hold of us.
yeah, right on. Well, if she's watching, or send us a message, me a message. If you're not watching, if somebody knows this person, send them a message. Let them know that they just won this XL dab station. Dude, I'm so excited for them.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at that thing, man. It looks fucking awesome.
You're on one side, we're on the other.
Hell yeah. Look at all the options you got going on. You can have so many bangers, carb caps, marbles, anything you want in that thing.
Yeah, and on this particular stand, 4 of the holes can hold 10 millimeters too. So not just the 14, but the 10 as well, because as we found out, some people really like 10 millimeter little rigs.
Dude, and I feel like I was talking to somebody about it last night. I was talking to Smokin' Doty about it. Smokin' Doty won my volcano. Shout out to that guy. And it's like, dude, some people are out here spending $10,000 on these 10 millimeter dab rigs. I don't know how it's possible. I break glass, so it's like I'm buying the cheap China stuff most of the time. I hate to say it.
Agreed. Maybe one or two nice pieces that are brought out for celebration, but on daily use, no way.
Oh man, I can't afford any $10,000 rate. I'm like 150 max. My dad bought me my last bong, like, and but I'm pretty generous too. I had a bong and I gave it away to the 420 father on Instagram, and because he did not have the fun, he just had a second baby and could not afford to buy a new bong.
That happens. Babies are expensive.
That's right.
But I'm like you too. I'm $200
Hey,
max. I bought recently. I put those.
winner name.
Yes. The winner is Happy Trippy Hippie. I know it's
And the other one was
yeah, on her Instagram, she goes under Lindz for her name. Lindsay. Yeah, she's the winner. Very cool, very cool. No way.
I'm excited for her.
I'm excited we made it to 1,000.
Hell yeah.
When we first started, we didn't think we'd ever make it there.
Of course you will. You know, what's wild is it took me 7 years to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So everybody and 450 videos. So for people who say like it happens overnight or whatever, it doesn't happen overnight, and it takes a lot of hard work. I like wasn't. I've spent hours behind the computer trying to edit videos or being stupid and recording things over and over and over again, trying to get the wording right or just whatever. And I can see that now that like, man, some of these content creators are really, really good at what they do, and I respect it even more as I've kind of pursued doing it myself.
And some people just know how to do it. They know what song to put with it. They know how to montage it. And
I did it.
yeah, we're sitting here. We're just like, I'm still trying to figure out how to take a photo properly.
Right. Yeah. And that's where I feel like, man, I struggled for a long time. I really did. I think that I was trying to do educational videos and be informative, but I never really had the right microphone or the right camera, and I never was uploading in HD. So everything was really kind of subpar. And then as I progressed into just making the shorts and being funny, and then I got a new camera, and then I got a new phone. So just slowly over time, and then I've got the microphone now and a webcam. So I've kind of built these things over the course of years, and it has taken me years, and I'm sure other people who are more financially advanced, they could just hop into it faster. Or I've spent a lot of money on growing weed or smoking weed more than investing into cameras and stuff like
Well, I
that.
guess the biggest question is sometimes what camera to even buy, right? Or like what equipment to even get. That could be
Exactly.
overwhelming in itself. And everyone has their own opinion on what to recommend to you or what they use and what works best for them.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing. It's like I've spent hours of just watching YouTube, watching how to make better videos, how like how to edit videos, what programs to use, what camera to buy. You're exactly right. Now I watch these guys who are, take just incredible photos of cannabis flower. Like I want to say the guy on Instagram is Doc Grows, and there's another one, the Green Photographer, I think. Man, they're incredible, and they make me want to be better at photography, but not just photography, but better at cannabis photography, right? Like how can I? And Mr. Canucks Grows is, the guy who I originally started looking at his like grow series, and I thought, man, I want to do that.
Yeah, right. You know, you got to start somewhere. You got your inspiration from somewhere. But like you said, you got to get the right camera equipment. You know, I was telling one of my other buddies, I'm like, you got to get a new camera. I'm like, you're doing great work, but your camera's just like, look at it. I'm like, I don't even want to watch your show.
Yeah,
I mean, the content
man,
was
that's
great,
exactly it.
but like, you know, the era cameras are cheap nowadays. You don't even have to spend that much money to get a half decent camera. Like, spend a few $100 already and just do it. If that's a cell phone or if that's a GoPro or whatever it may be, let's just get it done. Because if you want
Right.
to build your channel, you might as well just do it right. And we're also
Yeah,
all adults now, right? We're not really kids anymore, so you buy nice things for yourself, not just shitty things at this point.
that's it. That's it, my man. That's where I was like, hey, look, I obviously like making these videos, like regardless if anybody else likes these videos, like, and I spend a lot of time looking at these things, like, so I was like, I want the quality to get better. So, and that was kind of like the main driving force on that. Like, all right, well, if I want the quality to get better, and if the quality gets better, people will obviously notice too. So,
Yeah. And if you're trying to show things off like your plants or whatnot, it's more detailed stuff, right? And like sometimes the cameras don't transition right from one room to the next. And,
dude, this is it. This is it. You know exactly what. So then I got a Nikon 3 or a Nikon Z30, and now I'm like, oh, this is great. But I like take it into the garden, and I'm trying to get these shots, and like I can't get these shots with this lens, and now I need like an $800 lens, and I'm like, fuck, man. Everything
that
as
gets
I
right.
get older costs more money. Like your hobbies, you're like, I'm gonna get into this hobby. I got into growing. Now I need a pH meter and a light and soil, and like it's just it's ever evolving. Oh, I want to start making my own hash press, air conditioner, custom fit room. Like it goes on and on. You could spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in cannabis.
You can do it on anything. You know,
Ah, I know. I know.
it
You
depends
really
how
could,
crazy you
but
want to get to the hobby you're getting into, right? On all these 3D printers, I started off with like a $200 printer. Next thing you know, it's evolving and you're spending more money on just upgrading it. It's kind of like a car in a way, right? And then
right.
it's like, okay, how much do you want to upgrade before you just buy the nicer ones like we did?
Yeah, well that's it, man. That's where I can honestly say that's where I understood that okay, like this isn't just like a hobby for me. This is like my way of life. This is a passion that's way beyond what most people are willing to do or go for, and that's kind of like I hit that a long time ago where I understood that time is valuable and it's also you only have so many hours in the day. And what I really like to focus on is cannabis. So it's like I need to that's where I was like, man, I need to like go for it, right? And that was
Yeah,
years
I
ago.
have the opportunity to do what I'm doing because my wife let me not go back to work right now and sit at home and
God
honor.
bless her.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
well, right on. Hey, happy trippy hippie Lynn's on Instagram. You have won the XL dab stand. I already messaged her. You're gonna have to get at me. Slide into the DM there. You have won. Congratulations. And as soon as I have your address, we will get this thing shipped out to you. I have got to go play in my garden all day.
yes, and Kelly has a dentist appointment here in a little bit, so we have stuff to do.
Oh my
fun.
gosh. Good luck and Godspeed at the dentist.
It's just a teeth cleaning.
Oh, very good. See
All
you
right,
later,
well,
Pops.
later, guys.